In this video, we're going to review how to handle some of the issues that come up when the memory runs low on the iPad. One of the challenges with the iPad is managing the memory, and if too many apps are open, more memory is consumed, and the app has a tendency to freeze and crash. So in this case, I'm going to illustrate what would happen if the app crashed. Right now, let's say that I'm in the middle of an order and the iPad becomes non-responsive. It completely freezes out because the memory is done. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm going to close my app so I can reopen it and unleash the memory. So I'm going to just push on the home button to close the app. And in order to completely close the app, because it's frozen, I'm going to lift the screen and I'm going to see the little icon on Prism. I'm going to hold it for a few seconds and hit the minus sign to make sure that it's closed. Now that the app is closed, the memory used by the Prism app is now released, and I can just open it back. And when I log in, the app will always tell me that there is an order that's unprocessed if I was in the middle of an order. I have to make sure that when it says, "Would you like to continue?" you say yes. As soon as you say yes, you will be taken back to the order. If you say no, then the order will be lost. This is really important to understand. It's very important to understand that if you say no, the order will be lost. Otherwise, we will be back in the order. The order will never be lost in this case. So this is what you do in case the iPad freezes. If pushing the button doesn't do anything because the app is completely frozen, the other option is doing what we call reset. And to do that, you hold the power button and the home button for about 5 seconds until the app completely goes black, and then the system will restart. Once it restarts, you can let go of it. What that does is that will completely reset the app. That will completely reset the iPad, free up all the consumed memory, and in 95% of the cases, it will allow you to go back into the program again and continue on your order. So it takes a few seconds. So now it's back. When I open it, same idea. I go to Prism, I log in, and again it'll tell me that my order. So the order is not lost, it stays in what we call a basket, and as long as there is anything in the basket, we will prompt you to save the order. So again, I just say yes, and this will take me back in an order. So this is what we do in case the app freezes. So the first option is to close the screen, lift it up, close the app itself, and go back in. The second option, if that won't work, is to actually do a reset, which is by holding the home button and the power button. On another note, on a regular basis, it's a good idea to do that probably daily, just the home button and the power button, to just free up the memory. Another way to free up the memory is to close the open apps. Apps always stay open until they're forced closed. So in order to force close the open app, all you need to do again is from the home screen, you lift the screen, or you double tap on the home button. That'll also lift the screen. And then these are all the apps that I have open currently on the iPad. So there's a lot of them. And unless I close them, they'll always stay open. Even if I restart my iPad completely, they'll stay open. So one good practice is once in a while is to just close all the app, not like that. You just hold the button hold one of the app for a few minutes, and then you'll get a minus. So you can go into the routine of just closing everything that's open, and this will also free up some memory. That's probably not a bad idea to do again on a regular basis, just to give you more space to work with in your memory. And finally, the last thing I'd like to show up is how to completely just shut off the iPad and restart it. So again, here all you do is you just hold the home button, the power button on the top left corner until this comes up. And then when you slide this will actually just completely shut off the iPad, releasing all the memory, but unfortunately not closing all the open app. It'll only close all the open app. The only way to close the open apps is to actually go, lift the screen, hold one of the app that's open on the bottom until they all start to wiggle, and then we turn it off. So this completes this video. So I just want to recap. Memory management is critical. Make sure that you free up some memory. 2 ways to free up some memory. One is to do a reset, holding the home button and the power button for 5 seconds. The other one is to lift the screen, and close any open apps that are at the bottom. That should be done on a regular basis. And I also just want to re-emphasize that if Prism freezes or if it crashes, don't panic. The order is still there. Take your time, make sure you read all the warnings, and then you won't lose your order. Thank you for your attention.